Hi, my name is James Myers, and I have been a practicing family physician and a clinical informaticist for nearly 20 years. One of the things I do at FCI Insights is create and present video content. This includes things like EMR and other clinical software training, and I don't mean the usual upper left to bottom right of the screen training that we see. I mean functional training based on physician and other clinician processes that's efficient and actually a good use of their time. I make video to present workflows with custom graphics. I work with software developers to create mock-ups, wireframes, and reimagine interfaces. I also do video for exposition of ideas generally and clinical communication, announcements, and motivation. The clips that follow are all original material of my own. None of them are scripted by a customer. A lot of them show software that I designed, implemented, customized, or imagined. And if you think you can use any of these skills in one of your projects, take a look at these clips. How can an EMR directly help with health disparity and remove barriers to care? Example 1. Medication list. Here's what we give patients today. Here's what we could give them. With a clear medication and dose, it says what it's for, with a graphic chart showing how and when to take it. I have a final state that feels like done, and in between we have obstacles, things to remember, tasks to complete, and we observe the clinicians as they walk through their work and see what they do. This is a workflow-based method of design. In my mind, especially for primary care, this thinking is medieval. It works in some simpler systems, but with the ambulatory, we'll have several primary care panels. In general, we have between 4 and about a dozen clinicians and their panels on each of our teams. Team B will have their separate clinicians with their panels, as will Team C. And I get a warning saying that verapamil has a conflict with a verapamil allergy. I'm going to say cancel because I don't want to proceed, but when I look here, I may not even see an allergy here. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me actually just try this one by itself. Approve, save, verapamil allergy. Well, that must be the cause, but I don't see the allergy. I'm actually going to go into this patient. If I received a mammogram result last week, I would manually pick the date it was done, and then I could click the results, such as BIRAD1 normal. And I could even type something extra here, like dense breasts. Then over here, I could pick the interval for the next one, 1 year, and say submit. Up on top, you can now see that the mammogram stoplight is green. What's nice about this is it translates easily into a clinician and patient-centered display. Then the clinician can apply their intuition and their experience to form in their mind a picture of the patient's story, their history, medical and social, and this can serve as a backdrop against which the rest of the visit can play out. When the care team collapses, it's blank and it actually says none recorded, as if there's nothing there, actually hiding the information which is here in the notes. To enhance team-based care. What if it looked more like this? Now this drop-down has two major changes. One is that right here there's a primary care section. Here's the primary care clinician, and here's the PCMH team. Here, the care team is several lines long. This is what I would call a functional summary. So here's my depiction of today's modern EMRs that we all use. And let's take the case of a primary care practice and a new patient with known type 2 diabetes with kidney complications and tingling in their hands and feet. As I start to care for this patient, I'm going to want to populate their problem list. Good morning. Welcome to a video introduction to the Clinical Help Center. This is a point of care resource for clinicians. Pulls together clinical guidelines, EMR help, practice help, favorite websites, all into one place. So let's take a quick tour. Up at the top, you see a big search bar. In the middle are the main Clinical Help Center buttons, and down at the bottom are some lookup links. There's a link here for monthly training topics. So I'll go over these topics with the site medical directors, and they'll go over them with you in the clinician meetings for your site. For instance, for November 2022, the first topic is Welcome to the Clinical Help Center, and here's the link for the video you're watching right now. Here's one, billing for screening more easily. If I click on this, it takes me to a short article, including a link to a 2-minute video. Neurologic complications, 3 clicks, polyneuropathy, 4 clicks. From the time I started typing diabetes until I'm ready to click OK, I had only 4 clicks of the mouse with no scrolling or additional typing. And that allowed me to add a categorical diagnosis, which will group everything together on my problem list, along with 2 specific diagnoses for complications of diabetes, and both will have the detailed diagnostic codes and the long names that will be used automatically for billing. The entire EMR and all the features we use, the list of things we have to remember would be immense. And it's all in the same format. When I'm doing A, I have to be thinking about and remembering B, where B is a particularity of the EMR, not directly related to what I'm doing. And every time I do this, it costs me time and it costs me attention. And when I'm renewing medications, and Greater Lawrence as an institution has made a very big decision. So I'm very excited to announce Project EMR Expedition 2021. Well, let's start with some history. Actually, it's interesting. Introducing Oriole. Oriole is a simple, clean, functional EMR, or actually it's a fantasy of an EMR. It's a vehicle that I'm going to use to demonstrate various ideas and principles.